actually found it funny. Okay, it is, but it's not. It doesn't even matter. Today, we're going to be talking about a video that got a lot of Nigerians pissed. And you all know the video I'm talking about. I'm talking about the awkward, insensitive, cringe, and completely unnecessary Guess the Nepo Baby video.
So we've brought these three amazing judges to find the Nepo Baby.
Now, that video received a lot of backlash on social media. I'm talking influencers, content creators, random people on the internet were criticizing this video. And I thought, why don't we talk about it? So today, that's what we're going to talk about. Now, for context sake, that video was uploaded onto social media about like 9 days ago. Basically, a panel of 3 rich people was set up, and what they do is that they call on different people from different backgrounds and different parts of Nigeria, and then they try to guess whether they were Nepo babies or Lapo babies. And how they judge this is by asking questions about your educational background. What school did you attend? Was it a rich school? Was it a private school? Was it a school outside the country? How many countries have you been to? Your drip, like what you're wearing, your outfits, your disposition, your demeanor, and whether you can say water instead of water, like somebody that has sense. Now, on a broader scale, the idea of Nepo babies and Lapo babies has been highly misconstrued by Nigerians and internet users. And I'll explain. But before I get to that, we cannot continue this conversation without first understanding what nepotism is, because that is where the phrase or the word Nepo baby is derived from. So, nepotism is the unfair practice of using power or influence to grant jobs, promotions, or other advantages to family members regardless of their actual qualifications. So that is what nepotism is. Now, the term Nepo baby originated from nepotism, and it's actually an internet term that is used to describe people, particularly in entertainment and fashion industries, who have succeeded in careers in which their parents were already famous or influential. So now that we understand what Nepo babies are, we can say that you don't necessarily have to be rich to be a Nepo baby. So Nigerians have misconstrued it in a way that it now seems like all Nepo babies are wealthy people, which is not true. Now let's get into what a Lapo baby is. So, a Lapo baby is a popular Nigerian slang term that means someone who grew up in poverty with limited resources. It's the direct opposite of a Nepo baby. Now, the term Lapo was coined by Nigerians on social media as a playful yet sovereign way to discuss generational wealth inequality. Here's why this is disrespectful to a lot of Nigerians. In a country where poverty rate is projected to reach 62% as of 2026, over 141 million Nigerians are living below the poverty line. A lot of people cannot afford 3 square meals, they can't afford good clothes. Electricity is a big issue, but that's like about the government. We'll get into that in another video. All these things, and okay, inflation rate is even 15.69% as of April 2026. Cost of goods and services in Nigeria is on another level. And then someone has the guts, someone has the mind to make a video where they judge, demean, and insult poor people or people that do not meet up to standard based off of very ridiculous reasons. Now, let me just go into the comments so you guys can see the comments that were made under this video. So this person says, the way Rahim, which was one of the panelists for the session, for the game, the way Rahim was reacting to material things like a MacBook, how he was asking questions about what other people can afford was honestly a big cringe. Also, you don't have to force an accent to sound smart. Chimamanda and Wole Soyinka prove your natural accent is more than enough. And it's just crazy because the guy was really all about, oh, you own a MacBook and you're a Nepo baby, you're a Lapo baby. Like, how'd you get that? It's like a MacBook is a regular thing outside this country. It's not a big deal. But because of the rate of poverty in Nigeria, it's now deemed as a sign of wealth or something that depicts that, oh, this person has a lot of money, whereas that's not the truth. It's just poverty mentality. And again, with the whole water and water, like, you don't need an accent to show that you're a wealthy person or that you're a Nepo baby. Accents come based on exposure. If you watched a lot of Western movies, of course you're going to have a Western accent. If you watch a lot of British movies, of course you're going to have a British accent. It is not based on whether or not you are a wealthy person or you are a poor person. Like, again, this is all just poverty mentality disguised as them being nepotism experts. The girl telling Rahim he has a stereotype was too real. Oh my god. There was this girl that came on the show. We were trying to guess if she was a Nepo baby or a Lapo baby. She was a Lapo baby. And she said she attends LASU, which is a state school in Lagos. It's not a private uni. And you know, in Nigeria, the wealthy kids, the Nepo babies, the wealthy kids usually go to like the private universities, and then the state universities are dominated by the middle class and, you know, the other people. So she said she went to LASU, and he was like, "Oh, you went to LASU and you have a MacBook? Like, wow, you have a MacBook? That is such a show of wealth." And he was like, "How did you get that?" And then she said, "Oh, that's a stereotype. You should check that. You should work on yourself." And I was like,
The MacBook Neo, I could tell that was a lie. Do you have one?
Yeah, I do.
You actually have one?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Fez, how'd you get that?
Not
I
the
feel like
stereotype. I think you should
reduce
tone
it.
that down.
like, thank you so much for calling him out. And honestly, I was just getting fed up because what do you mean? When you do those kind of things, you're just perpetuating harmful stereotypes onto society, and it doesn't help anybody or do any good at the end of the day. This person wrote, "Rich people playing spot the poor." Interesting. And I could not agree more, because what the heck? It's like this the whole team and the whole management or marketing team, they didn't think about it before releasing this episode, because this episode is highly, highly insensitive, especially in a time like this. So this person wrote, um it's pure entertainment, and proceeds to stereotype over and over and over again. And honestly, how can we even tag this as entertainment? Because I thought entertainment is supposed to make us laugh. It's supposed to make us forget about our worries and our troubles, or just make us have a good time. But this is just so demeaning. It is so annoying to see something like this being ridiculed, and people are just like pointing people out and saying, "Oh, this one is poor and this one is rich." Like, come on, it doesn't make any freaking sense. And I see them always pushing this narrative of, "Oh, it's just cruise, it's just cruise."
At the end of the day, it's all just cruise.
It's not cruise. This is penny.
It is not just cruise. This is literally why Donald Trump called our country a country of skit makers, because we joke about every single thing. We should give certain things the level of seriousness that they deserve. Okay, not everything is cruise, not everything is play, and that's basically what they were trying to push in this video. But it was not working. Like, everybody saw through it. It's not flying. People were really criticizing Rahim in the comment section, like, "Oh, Rahim is so rude. I love the way that girl checked him." Like, for real, like, hats off to that girl wherever you are, because thank you so much for calling him out on his BS. Now, this person wrote, "This is a very awesome social experiment to show that rich people aren't smart for shit and are classist ASF." And I could not agree more, because honestly, tell me, I thought social experiments are supposed to educate people and teach them things, or at least show them certain things in society. This is basically them just laughing at the faces of all the people that are not privileged or are not as wealthy as them. And it's honestly so disgusting. Classism in Nigeria is disgusting, because at the end of the day, when you look at the current GDP, the economic hardship, inflation rates, and how this is affecting all of us, your wealth is literally nothing, because the currency is still depreciating. Everyone is still suffering at the end of the day. The same economic hardship that I'm going through, you're also going through it. It's just that it might be lesser for you because you have the money and the other person doesn't have the money, but we are all still being affected by this. This person said, all of you guys saying you don't see what's wrong with this video are the reason Nigeria will never change. And honestly, because how can you watch this video? It's not funny. Like, this thing is not funny. People are suffering. People are dying. People don't have food to eat. People can't even afford like basic things. And y'all are here making a mockery of them and like segregating and just making jokes. Like, bro, give me a break. It's not funny, honestly. And the fact that you don't see anything wrong with this video, there's something is fundamentally wrong with you and it needs to get checked. End of the day, you do not have to be rude. You do not have to be condescending. You can make your points without being disrespectful. And that's what they were doing throughout the video. So, and they kept asking this question about, oh, do you know Mako? Abi Mako. I think it was Mako. Yeah, do you know Mako? Mako is a restaurant, I think, in Lagos. I don't live in Lagos, so I don't know. But they're like, oh, do you know Mako? It's like, so you're going to judge whether or not I am highly influential in my career or in my industry, because that is what nepotism is about, based off of whether I know Mako or not. The fact that you don't even know anything about nepotism in general, which is partly our fault as Nigerians and social media people, because we misconstrued the meaning of nepotism. They were doing this thing where they would ask like every single guest, every single participant, oh, do you know me? Like, do you know me? Hey, do you know me? Like, I did not know any single person on that panel. Like, every single person on that panel, I did not know one person until I watched the video, of course, until I saw their names and everything. So, like, what do you mean, do I know you? Are you going to judge whether or not I'm a Lapo baby or a Nepo baby based on the fact that I know you? Like, how many people actually know you? Ask yourself that question. Someone said, please, this video was very sensitive, coming from a country where 90% are struggling. And that's literally what I've been preaching in this entire video. Why would you guys just come up with something like that? Like, the concept, everything. And nobody could like say, oh, this is not, it doesn't make any sense. Point blank, period. This is by far the best comments. We should get your definition of Nepo at the start of the video so we know what metrics they are being judged off. And I cannot agree more, honestly, because y'all are not, you don't even know what nepotism is. It's quite clear that they are looking at nepotism from the, oh, are they wealthy or are they not wealthy? Like, do they have money or do they not have money? And there was this whole thing that they were doing, particularly Raheem. It was like, oh, that he just had this nonchalance, How are you guys encouraging nonchalance? Nonchalance is nonchalance. Like, it's not something that you encourage or appreciate.
Like you had some level of brashness. Like, I can tell he's not hungry. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not.
So how is that like a show of nepotism? I don't know. Nigerians, we just have like a whole different idea of certain things, and it just pisses me off every single time. And now it's like, oh, every single person that has money, every person that has a car, has this, has Richard Mille, has this shoe, whatever. It's a Nepo baby, but bro. And so that was just like most of the comments from the video that I just wanted to like pinpoint so you guys can see how many people were really pissed off by that video, because it's really sensitive, especially in a time like this where people are going through a lot. People are suffering, and that should never be a joke to anybody at all. In conclusion, whenever we're making things for entertainment purposes, we should always be careful. It's not insensitive and it's not demeaning or disrespectful to anyone. Let's learn to treat people with respect and stop being wealth worshippers. I mean, classism in Nigeria is just borderline horrible because we're all suffering the same thing. So long as the economy is failing, your currency is depreciating, your money means nothing, both nationally and internationally. So all that drip and the wristwatch and the hair and whatever it is that you're using to boast or you're using to brag, it's nothing at the end of the day. So what are we even doing? Let's learn to be more sensitive, to be more caring, and to be more intentional when we put out content for entertainment purposes. Alright guys, that's a wrap on the video. My name is Gigi. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow for more amazing content. I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Peace.